We can get a mic.
There goes our season.
We're going to Ralph first, yes.
Rick, when you brought in Zuby and RJ last year, did you look at those guys and think these could be star players on a championship team?
I think that neither guy was heavily recruited. Neither guy had great seasons from where they were. But after working both of them out, I thought they both had great potential as basketball players, could get a lot better. Did I expect them to reach these heights? I didn't really think about it, but I have great gratitude that they did, because we won a regular season and a Big East championship because of their play. The three of them have been unstoppable.
Right here in the middle. We're getting the mic there. Hang on.
Coach, at any point leading up to today or during the tournament, did Coach Carnesecca cross your mind, and what would you think he would say about this team?
No, he didn't cross my mind during the game. Crosses my mind after the game. I'm thinking he would be so proud of this team. You know, I've said it all along. You know, St. John's is Lou Carnesecca, Chris Mullen, Mark Jackson, Walter Berry, and all the great, from Joe Dupree and Johnny Warren back in the day. That's St. John's. I'm just a caretaker of what all those guys built, and I'm a proud caretaker of that. So after the game, you obviously think of Lou and how proud he would have been.
Right here on the right.
Coach, at the just under the 12-minute mark was the first time you took the lead in this game. And I did a tweet. The minute St. John's takes the lead in this game, it's over. And it was. And it was Vince that made the basket. And I think Vince has been playing incredible starting in this tournament, really. Can you comment on that turning point and also the way the crowd helped you?
Well, the crowd was great, and I'm glad you have those tweeting powers. It's amazing that you have those powers. Kreskin would be very proud of that. He made a very good play inside. He's a project, but he's a worthwhile project. I'm a very confident coach. I didn't have quite your confidence, but I was very appreciative.
Second row in the middle, Jay.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Rebuilding a program is hard. You've taken the St. John's program from around the middle of the conference to being just on the edge of the tournament to now you've won a regular season title, a tournament title, and you're probably going to be a very, very high seed in this NCAA tournament. What message would you send to this country that have been used to a St. John's team towards the middle, and now they're about to see in March Madness a St. John's team towards the top?
I don't send any messages to anyone. Humility is a big part of my life right now. It wasn't always that way. I don't believe in redemption. I believe in humility. I don't believe in things that I believe in living in what I call the precious present, a gift that we all get. And, you know, we just lost a superstar in Louisville, Junior Bridgman, who was a young man who didn't smoke, didn't drink, carried his life in God's name in a big way. So I take life as one day at a time. I take it one game at a time. I don't consider ourselves that people should beware of us. I've lost in the first round. I've been to 7 Final Fours. So we'll take it one game at a time, one possession at a time.
Right here in the middle.
Coach, both Coach Smart and Coach Hurley yesterday commented on sort of the officiating differences in the Big East versus the NCAA tournament in the style of play there. How do you see your team?
What would they say?
I'm sorry. They basically.
I don't listen to those guys at press conferences.
Yeah. My apologies.
I mean, they're very interesting, but
they talked about the physicality and how there's a lot more physicality that's allowed in the Big East versus the NCAA tournament. Do you by that having an impact?
Well, that's been going on for when I coached at Providence. When John Thompson was roaming the sidelines, everybody said the Big East is a much more physical league. Tonight, those officials did a great job. I don't know what he was doing with RJ when RJ went 3 and he thought he was making a gun sign. I don't think RJ knows what a gun is. It is physical, but you have to adjust. Come tournament time, you have to adjust, move your feet more. But that's been said in 1987 when I was a coach. They said that about the Big East. But I think that Connecticut did an awfully good job of adjusting, don't you think, in the last 2 years of adjusting to the officiating? I know Danny's very happy with officials, especially in the tournament.
Over here, Zach on the left.
Rick, you've obviously been here before with different programs, but what does it mean to have St. John's here, Big East regular season tournament, postseason tournament? It's been a program that's basically been dormant for 25 years, and people said St. John's couldn't do this. What's it like for you to be able to bring it back?
Well, first of all, I think there's a lot of misrepresentations about NIL. NIL didn't get us this team because Zuby and RJ are very low-paid players. So that's nonsense about the NIL. When you're in free agency right now, you know, and you've seen it for all of you that carry pro sports, you get a batter that you think is going to really help the Yankees, the Mets, or whatever it may be, bats 150. You don't know what you're getting. Somebody asked me about Zuby and RJ. You don't know what you're getting. Zuby didn't even play at Kansas, and RJ was a good freshman, solid, but you don't know what you're getting. So here's 2 stars, very underpaid. I'm sure they'll be at Matt's window probably as soon as the season ends, but they're not going anywhere. So you build a team by making sure you understand the whole puzzle of what goes into it. And it's people just mischaracterize the NIL and why St. John's has been built. St. John's didn't get built by the NIL. St. John's got built with character of the players. And certainly we are excited to have these young men.
Last question, Roger.
Rick.
Roger.
Every team that comes here to the Big East tournament, wants to win it. Do you feel like because of where St. John's has been, because of where St. John's is located, and because of the building it's played in, that it's St. John's winning the championship is a kind of a bigger deal?
Well, because of everything that Zach just mentioned, and you guys keep pointing it out about all the things that weren't accomplished before I was born. You keep saying 40 years, 25. I wasn't around back then. I was just, I was in my prime in diapers. But I am, as a New Yorker, about as proud as any person could be. Because, when I hear St. John's is New York's team, and we're New York strong, and we represent New York, that makes me feel awesome inside. So for New York, for St. John's, to see that crowd tonight, it's an extra special feeling for me. Now, I was elated with Louisville when we came in here and won 3 times, I believe. Elated for the players, elated. But there's an extra special feeling being a New Yorker who grew up on 26th Street and grew up in Queens and then Long Island. So for me, it's just extra special because I share this with every fan that takes great pride in what accomplished this year. The fans are very much part of our team. Tonight when we celebrate, I will toast the fans, I will toast you, Roger, and I will toast everybody in this room has supported us. And it's a lot of drinks tonight, guys. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Wherever Rick Pitino goes, he wins. This is awesome. Well done by our graphics team building this. This is incredible. He is the first head coach to take 6 teams to the NCAA tournament, beginning with Boston, then Providence, then Kentucky, then Louisville, then Iona, and now St. John's. Couple of national championships during that run.
Yeah, 96 in Kentucky, 2013 with Louisville, of course. And you know what? If he hadn't gone to the NBA, easy argument to make, he'd have plenty more. And he is among the best in the history of college basketball. I think when you take into consideration, when you see what's on that big board right there, you want to say Rick Pitino is one of the 2 or 3 greatest coaches in the history of college basketball, especially what he's done now at St. John's. I think you got a real case a real special story, and one of the great plot twists this season in American sports.
Larry Bird isn't walking through that door, but Rick Pitino is.